Sirius is a man of integrity, but the females who become his targets suffer from a certain agitation in their hearts. A fight is taking place. A bunch of soldiers are running around. A juicy demon is there in the middle of everything. The humans are shouting that the monster's formation is too tough, there's no way to win. The thick demon gave him a telling off. Hey friends, you all seem a bit scared, what's up? These humans really don't have the same taste as my king. This is the demon queen princess, Yug. A blonde friend on the ground talking to Sirius says, you have to run, these monsters are at a very high level. Don't worry about me. You're an F-rank trash, terrible, useless, disgusting, worthless. You won't be able to do anything. But our dude is a Sigma. He says he came here to protect everyone's safety in the city. He won't run away at a critical moment like this. Don't worry, I know how to deal with her, okay? Damn, why she has to be so inflated. I'm not complaining. The boy is just like us there. He's saying that he won't run from the battle. He needs to bring justice to this world, fighting every creature. But his nose is bleeding. His friend tells him, stop acting crazy. My body can't even stand against her. How are you going to fight her? The goblin says to the queen, there's two alive there. She instantly orders to kill them, but our protagonist is stoic, standing there like a rock. Then she says she's going to make Sirius head a wine cup. But that's when the system rings. You need to add fuel to the fire. The queen is surrounded by a purple aura. She's in front of him and Jesus, she's that big? That would be a lot of work to do. But Elon Musk would envy my productivity. Her hand surrounds his entire head. She approaches with her big mouth to give him the lethal cruel blow. But suddenly the system shows, full kiss completed. Sirius explains, his system can constantly increase his power if he can create agitation in female monster hearts. The blonde friend is there, Saris. What are you doing there? The queen fell to the ground on her knees. The goblins are asking, Princess, what are you doing? Sirius just gives that sideways look / the sword passes like butter. The queen recovers her consciousness and steps back. She's confused. What happened to me? I got a little crazy, got heated. I was drooling and I don't know why. I was going to kill him. Why did I decide to kiss that filthy small human mouth? It's this jerk's thing. He has some damn magic. It's going to be a more complex battle than I anticipated. Siri shouts, for the safety of the people in this city, no matter what happens, I won't give up. I'll go all out until the end of the battle. I will put my honor, my values and my body at risk to save everyone. The goblins are talking among themselves. Damn, the dude there really kissed the princess? That's wild. I wish I was that human. Suddenly one other goblin comes shouting, you guys are crazy to question her feelings for the king. That human. He used some kind of magic, it must be. The queen is scared. I can't let the king know that I kissed a human. But there's something weird. Her heart is beating too fast. Sirius' little system says agitation value 15%. She sends the goblins to attack again. But he's stone cold as always. The trembolone goblin is already above, coming to give him that axe blow. Our guy is prepared and skillfully dodges the cut. But after blocking, his sword was screwed. He looks ahead. There's another coming with that hammer blow. At the right time he crouches. Right now his defense is the same, but his attack has increased. He cuts the goblin, but he was also able to dodge. But his weapon was divided. But there's another on his back. Give me a break. What's this? Siri says. Goblins were supposed to chill out a little at the beginning of the series, but those are desperate to kill the dude. He takes that sidestep and uses an aura cut with his increased power. The blonde friend is shocked. How is he holding up all this? This isn't the power of an F-class. Look how confident he is. But this Jim Brothers goblins aren't that easy to deal with. His cut only scratched the chest. He looks, hears something back. Is the queen coming from above, ready to strike with all her mighty thighs? Incredible display of power and flexibility. He's going to be crushed. He crosses his arm to try to defend, and an explosion happens. The blonde friend even closed her eyes there. Flying debris went everywhere. The goblins want to know what happened. They didn't expect this. Sirius is on the ground, and someone is using him as a mechanical bull. The goblins rush to save her, but the tail is coming. Isn't the back part we wanted, but it's the one that killed the goblin. She's there, gigantic, on top of our little guy. That is defenseless against such a monstrosity. The poor goblin was sent far away. The queen tells the goblins that no one should do anything. Whoever disobeys this order will suffer. From her facial expression, I think she's in the mood to play poker with our guy. The system says her agitation is already at 91%. She keeps asking herself, what's happening? The goblins are confident that the queen will kill him. She opens her mouth. I'm going to bite you to death. She grabs his head, saying that he looks tiny in her hands. My ex said the same words one time. She's going to end him by inflicting pain in his ears. They are turning red. A little drool appears. plus 50 defense. Cirrus is there. What can I do? This is the price of my power. Even if it goes against my honor, I have to endure it for the safety of the people. Is hard, is squishy, is warm. But for the Empire, I will stay here until I have the necessary power to overcome this fight, no matter if it's an insult to me. But the queen was puzzled. What am I doing? Why did I feel like doing this with this human? Our guy is trying to resist the strong sequence of blows she's hitting him. She says she hates him. She can't understand why her body isn't responding to her orders. She's a powerful creature. What's happening? Our guy is there, gaining 120 agility. The goblins are already celebrating. The queen wants to kill him, right? I think so. But another one points out. Stop talking nonsense. You can see by her dog eye, red cheeks, and gasping that she's not trying to kill him. Our little guy is under there, gaining 130 defense, plus 150 attack power. He's just enjoying, getting stronger, he thinks. Now I have enough status to deal with these monsters. It's my turn to fight. He goes for a surprise attack in her back. She did want to get hit from the back, but not with that blade. So she says, "You are a traitor and an evil boy." She stopped him with the tail. Then she grabbed him by the neck. He notices that he hasn't gained enough strength yet. Now the goblins are cheering again. I told you, she wanted to kill him. She's very cruel and was just playing mind games with that poor human. Our guy realizes he's without armor, but he's not scared. Look at his Sigma face. The demon stretches out her hands, getting ready for a lethal blow. And she's thinking that she has to endure it. She has to resist all this urge. But there's something building up inside her. The system says agitation value 100%. Our guy is being crushed. He's under the happy mountains. She's coming down. It's time for a delicious punishment. He says with his current strength he can't defeat this monster. His friend is there, asking herself, this is a fight? Our guy is already closing his eyes, repeating in his own head. For the safety of the city, I'll be a small sacrifice for the greater good. Even if she uses all her weight to finish me up, I'm not hesitating. I will stay here. I will fight to the end. It's time to show her what happens when I get serious. He throws his hand behind her head. I'll show you my power. He pulls her closer, gains more defense, more strength, more concentration, more everything at this point. The goblins are all perplexed. A guy from far away saw everything. He says, "My beloved, what are you doing, babe?" He's the king and her husband. But look at her face, while our boy is all smiles. She looks to the side. Oh, it's the king. Cirrus thinks he won't take it well. The system warns. It's detected that the demon king took a critical hit. All your bonuses are doubled. But now the cuckold is going crazy, while she's there stuck to our guy, saying, "Hey, I'll explain. It's not what you're thinking." Cirrus is thinking, I don't know if my current strength is enough. But here comes another big bite from her. The bull shouted and went flying in their direction, telling the queen to get out of the way, hitting them with a sword strike that was defended. But Cirrus was thrown to the ground next to the blonde girl. She asks, "Cirrus, are you okay?" He gets up there, saying he can still take a little more. Staring at the broken relationship, he thinks how the king had disappeared and in an instant was in front of him. Not to mention that the attack power was much higher than he thought. The demon king says to the queen, "Didn't you say this wouldn't happen again?" Poor king, isn't even the first time. This is the demon lord Barrett rank A. He tells the queen that he has forgiven some of her small mistakes. So why is she still acting like this? She screams, the reason for all this is his fault. Why was he so late? Why did he take so long? Okay, the cuckold's fault is that he didn't come home on time. The king is shocked. What do you mean? Even the goblins got puzzled. She scolds him, saying it's all his fault. All this happened because he was late again. That's why she does these things. And he still has the audacity to question her and threaten her. The king is there, speechless, stuck, unable to say anything. She continues scolding him. Why were you so late? Explain why you didn't get here earlier. She turns her head angry. The king tries to calm her. Oh my dear, don't get angry. I was wrong. I was dealing with other humans. Even the goblins are impressed with how the king lowered himself to the queens, accepting such a humiliation, while Cirrus and his friend want to secretly slip away while no one's paying attention. The difference in strength between him and the king is too great, so Cirrus helps his friend that has her legs hurt to get out of there. Back to the cuckold, the queen is saying it's all a problem with the king never being on time, that humans seduced her because he wasn't there. The angry bull accepts it. It's true, my dear, no need to cry, it's all my fault, but it's all fine. I'm going to kill him now, so don't feel bad. She grabs his leg, saying of course she won't feel bad. He's the love of her life. How could she fall in love with someone like that human? Just because she couldn't resist doing all of that with him, that doesn't mean that she likes him. The king sees that Cirrus is fleeing away, then asks the goblins, "Aren't you doing anything?" The goblin says the queen told us not to interrupt her fun cause she wanted to enjoy all that she could. The king gives a shout, "You bunch of idiots!" flying towards Cirrus. That unfortunately is distracted. He's back facing. He notices in the last instant. An explosion happens, and Cirrus H was thrown this time. He's in pain, and the queen is just watching, and she saw him falling next to her. Cirrus even broke some ribs, and knows that he has no way to defend himself against that guy. Not to mention he's too fast for him to react at the moment. He's no match for that, and he's coming again. The kings come raging. Cirrus is about to be cut in half. Barrett shouts, "I'm going to cut you in half for seducing my pure beloved wife." Cirrus thinks there's no escape anymore. The strike was about to hit when the queen slapped the king in the face. The king got bugged, how come? Meanwhile, Cirrus has already gotten up and is running away. The king is crying, "Why my beloved is doing this?" She just apologizes, saying that she feels very bad, but she can't see that guy die. Those words gave another critical hit to the king. This betrayal was too much. All that Cirrus wants is to get out of this place now. The queen looks at the king and asks for the body of that human, cause she wants to do her cruel attacks on him like she did before until he passes out. That was too much for the king. He couldn't take it anymore. He felt as if losing a battle would be 100 times better. Then says, "My dear, what are you talking about? Is that really what you wanna?" But she's going crazy. She needs Cirrus right now. The king even had to hold her. While crying he says, "You said I was the love of your life. Don't go to him. I'm the king. He's just a small human." But she just ripped her hand off him, activated her power, jumped on him, saying she can't take it anymore. She needs to let it all out. What it is, I don't know. You tell me, my brother. She gives him a big hug, and the king from afar sees everything, while our guy is gaining more power. 140 more concentration, more attack, more speed. Look at his face in pain and agony, thinking that all he can do now is try to survive, right? The king asks, "My beloved, is it because I'm not good enough, or is it that human's fault? What does he have that I don't have? I'm going to kill him now for you." But she gives him that stare. "Don't bother us. We have a lot to do right now." He even fell to his knees. The system says that the demon Lord Barrett collapsed, and Cirrus gains 5 more levels. The blonde friend says it's time to flee. She comes to give him a sword, but he tells her, "Don't do this, it is dangerous." And she gets hit by a tail slap and was thrown against the wall. The queen keeps hurting Cirrus, saying that she feels that she's not the same person as before. But strangely, in her heart, she feels a lot of joy. While she's in all that joy, the king is getting up, saying he's tired of this. It's all lies. He comes to hit her again. But when he saw her lovely face, he stopped. Even though Cirrus was right under her, the king didn't have the courage to hurt that beautiful creature that the queen was. He starts crying, turns black and white as if his soul got broken. Drop the sword. He can't take it anymore. His soul is already leaving the body. The system says Demon Lord Barrett has entered a total collapse and is about to self-destruct. 3 more levels for Cirrus, queen, and she asks, "What are you doing, Barrett?" The goblins want to flee. "Let's get out of here, queen." But she's being held by the king that wants to go to the afterlife with her. This collapse of the king has finally made Cirrus reach level 10. And with that he receives a new ability, the Pleasure Slash. Seeing that such a thick queen would die, our boy didn't hesitate to use his new skill to finish the king, cutting right through him. The Pleasure Slash is a skill where the body becomes a shadow, and you teleport through the enemy within 5 m, slashing right in the target. The queen is scared to see the king falling to the ground, but with that his self-destruction has passed. Our guy realized that if he levels up he'll gain more upgrades, more skills, while the queen shows how cruel she is. When she saw the king laying on the ground, she thought, he really had a weak mind and body. Didn't deserve someone like me. But even without a head the king jumped on her, hugging her waist. She'll die along with her promise. She says she doesn't want to, but he already activated self-destruction again. Our boy was already running when she saw the queen crying desperately. "Someone save me please." Our guy sent the slash, grabbed her arm. "Gotta save the juiciest one." Everything blows up, but our guy is gonna escape with the baddies, right? Everybody fell to the ground. There's someone above him and a lizard on top of his chest. It is the body of the demon queen Yug, but with a life value of 9. She took a little run by his body and went into his pocket. His friend is doing us a favor, but Cirrus just wants to look at the system that says, "Lord Demon Barrett defeated successfully. Reward for elimination, dungeon map. Wow, my reward is a map. Should I click on this map or not? I need to think very carefully. Our boy is taking his time for sure, like he really has to think a lot. Oh hey, how are you? Can you get off there please? She finally got off. He clicks on the system and opens the map of the place. The map is showing everything, where the dead ends are, where the traps are, the resources you can get, and even the boss room mark. He's excited. This way they can go straight to the boss room without worrying about getting lost. The blonde asks, "What are you seeing there?" He says that it's nothing. Only he can see the system. He gets up there and helps her. That's when he feels something in his heart. He falls to the ground vomiting weird stuff. The blonde asks what is going on. The hand of our guy is already turning purple. The little finger is shining. Damn, broken little finger. What's happening? He's agonizing. Rolling on the ground, on his back there, something's already coming out. She asks what's happening, then comes to hug him. She feels that his body is hot as if he's catching fire. His little finger seems to have dissolved. Our guy is gonna lose consciousness in the arms of the waifu? After some time he finally recovers. She asks Cirrus what's happening with his body. Why is it melting? He explains that he was poisoned. The city of Warcraft was attacked 6 months ago. He saw a bunch of monsters fighting against the guild folks, and one of the guild members was carrying a box. The boss came to give a hit that landed right on the box, which was destroyed by the monster. When that opened, Cirrus was thrown far away, buried in rocks. The box was dripping with the same stuff he vomited. The demon got in front of that guy, and from the sky rained blood. The smell was so terrible he started vomiting. Every flesh disintegrated when touched by that rain. Even the monsters were dissolved, but he, buried in the rocks, was safe from the rain. But even without touching it, just by smelling it, he was poisoned. When he woke up in the hospital, the doctor said he had at most a year to live, but the blood of the demon god could save him. That's when the system appeared with a message: if you accept the system, you'll have a chance to get the blood of the demon king. Obviously he accepted right away. It was that or die, and the system told him that the blood of the demon king is in the Nair dungeon. Back in the dungeon, he says he learned how to recover slightly when the venom attacks him after a while. But now he needs the blood of the demon king because he's running out of time. He needs to go and finish this place so he can get that blood. But first they need a few more armors and equipment, right? They'll have to go through a room nearby to search for some new items. The scene changes to a group of adventurers walking through the dungeon. The guy was there with his shield in front, all confident. But his eye closed and in a second a laser passed right through the middle of his face. The blonde guy told everyone to calm down. If you make a wrong move, you might trigger some hidden mechanism and kill another person. Even the tank, who was the most resistant here, died in one hit. But someone has to clear the way, so who's gonna go? Or who's gonna be dragged? The guy with the bangs shows up and says whoever has the lowest level goes first. Those are the rules. The weakest guy says, "You are crazy, I don't want to do this." But Bangs explains, "You already know what's gonna happen. You either die there or die here." Threatening him with the sword, he says, "You know the consequence of disobeying orders, don't you?" The blonde guy tells him to wait. He made a device that rebounds. Give it to the guy. It'll at least increase his chance of survival. But the psycho just cut it off, saying that is unnecessary. But his friend asks, "Dude, what was that? That could have helped everyone." The guy with the bangs says, "If you show me other garbage like this, I'll kill you now, get up." The guy is shaking, thinking about the fact that he can die at any instant while searching for traps. He tries to be as careful as possible, step by step. It's a mix of relief and desperation. He just stares at the ground. The crazy guy says, "Come on, we don't have all day." He wants to lift his leg, but he's sweating. Knees weak, arms are heavy, there's vomit on his sweater. Mom's spaghetti. One more step forward. Nothing happened. Now keep going. The guy's about to go crazy. He can't walk anymore. There's no more courage left in his body. So shouting that he doesn't want to die, he runs towards them. But he stepped right at that moment. Everyone is shocked and confused. This time the killing blow came from above. So the device changes even the direction of the attack, and there's no way to know where it's coming from. The guy's body falls lifeless to the ground, signalizing the danger of taking a single step. The guy with the bangs coldly says, "Now, who's the lowest level?" But it's at this moment that a doorway down the corridor opens. The guy turns to see what it is. It's our Cirrus. Apparently, they know each other because the blonde guy says Cirrus is from the distraction team, and he should be dead by now. Crazy One didn't like seeing Cirrus alive and shouts, "You idiot, how are you still alive?" Cirrus is confused with that question and asks, "What do you mean?" Then some time before they went to the dungeon, the guy shouts, "You bastard! How do you know the color of my wife's panties? Explain how you have such accurate information about her body also." Cirrus says he's training his intuition for the next battle and that's why he can perceive the color of anything around him. The cuck of this time didn't like that. He already goes to cut Cirrus' neck and asks him one more time, "Explain, why do you know this? What's your relationship with her?" The cuck friends hold him back. "Calm down, Captain. You can't kill anyone in this city or you'll be arrested." Then hits his chest shouting, "I won't allow you to tarnish my integrity like this. I'll show you the result of my training. My intuition helps me with any gender, so I know this about you guys. The one on the right isn't wearing anything, you're wearing pink, and the two on the left are a couple." One of the cuck's friends looks at the captain and says, "Captain, I think we should kill this guy anyway. That's the best logical mature decision." But on the other side the guy says, "Captain, you can't kill him. If they find out it was you, you're screwed." That's when they got an idea. "Let's put him in the bait group that goes in front. He's gonna die anyway." Back to the dungeon, Cirrus is thinking, "Why did I meet the subjugation team again?" Cuck 2.0 says, "Siri, you come here now as the expedition captain. I order you to come." Cirrus knows what the guy's intention. He wants to see where Cirrus dies to know where the trap is. But the blonde guy tells Cirrus not to move and says, "Captain, we can just go back the same way he came. It's easier for everyone and no one will risk its life." "But do you think the villain's gonna do something smart?" He says no, they've already lost too many friends to get here. They're gonna move forward. What is the logic? None. And that's what the blonde guy thought. But the captain says they don't have to worry. Cirrus' intuition is so good that he's not going to die unless he disobeys the orders. The system tells Cirrus the safe route, and just to provoke the captain, our guy makes a stupid face and then goes in their direction. The blonde girl holds his hand and tells him not to go. She knows something's wrong with this path. It's better they look for another direction than to him just dying meaningless. But Cirrus says that is the captain's orders, so he has to go. He takes the first step and everybody's impressed that he's really coming. How does he have all this courage? This rank F is out of his mind. But the system is telling him about all the safe spots. Go forward 3 spaces and then turn to the left. Without hesitation, Cirrus just goes the guys. Everyone thinks that he's the luckiest guy alive. And Cirrus keeps going smoothly, turns left, takes 2 steps, turns right. He's already getting there, does a little jump. The guys don't understand what he's doing. How can he be so bold and so reckless? Cirrus almost lost his balance, scaring everyone. The boss, his captain, is looking, thinking why he hasn't activated any mechanism. The system says it's just 5 more steps. And Cirrus is 100% confident that he's not going to die. The captain is just looking at him incredulously. He passes by the dead body and finally reaches the team. Everyone is thinking that he really has the best possible intuition, and that's why he survived and also knew the color of the captain wife's panties. Cirrus then says, "This is the result of my training. I'm innocent." The captain instantly puts the blade on his neck. He can't believe it's all based on intuition. This little guy is lucky, but sooner or later his luck will have to run out. Them tells him to go ahead. Cirrus is leading smoothly until he sees a mushroom there. The system warns that mushroom increases physical strength but causes diarrhea. He remembers the monster girl in his pocket, right? Is she hungry? Gonna give her these mushrooms here. Or maybe he's going to eat cause he's already drooling, wanting to take a bite. Suddenly the captain asks what he's doing, and he says that he's just getting some mushrooms there. The captain snatches it from his hand, instantly eats and says, "Everything in this dungeon belongs to the crusade team. You can't take anything without permission." While he hits Cirrus' chest, our boy tells him, "Alright, Captain, I'll follow your orders." He knows that soon the captain will have a bad time in this dungeon. The blonde guy says to Bella, "I'm sorry, I didn't know you were put in that group." At least she's being healed there. She says she joined this group voluntarily. The guy asks, "Why?" She just looks at Cirrus while he's there, telling the guy that door there will lead to the boss, and the door next to it leads to a dead end. After some time her fracture has already been healed. Then he asks her, "Bella, don't tell me you joined this group just to protect that F-class trash imbecile loser." She says that it is correct, she wants to protect Cirrus. But the guy explains to her that the investigation and bait group only serve for us to discard people. Whoever is in this group is just a waste of resources. The only way they serve is to die on the front lines. She shouldn't do something like that again. But it's alright, he's going to protect her. Cirrus then tells the captain that this is the correct way. And he just tells him, "Alright then, go open the door." Our guy doesn't want it. The captain tells him, "Wait a minute. Are you asking my powerful members to go in and risk themselves?" No answer. Just go and open that door. With that, Cirrus goes to open the door. The guy's already holding the sword there, scared that something's gonna appear. But the captain's stomach ache already started. Our guy opens the door very calmly. Everyone is dying with anticipation, but the guy in red is smelling something strange, huh? Is this smell familiar? It's not human? The captain turns, stop talking nonsense and get running again, or you'll be poisoned too. The leader reaches a wall. The captain says, Cirrus, you knew what the properties of that mushroom were, and that's why you ran, didn't you? But Cirrus tells him, Captain, no, what's the problem with the mushroom? But the captain is holding his pants. One of the members gets a stone for him to sit and rest. Captain, are you tired? You can sit down. But the captain just kicks it. Shut up, I don't need to sit. Then put the sword on the Cirrus' neck saying, if you run again I'll kill you. Our protagonist says, alright captain, I'm not going to run, damn. Then they keep walking. Cirrus is always given the right calls. Oh, don't step here. Huh, there's a big dragon right there next to it. Let's go this way to avoid the creatures altogether. Don't touch anything here. The captain finds it strange because the deeper we go, the less things they need to worry about. And besides that, they haven't seen any monsters yet. Is he really avoiding everything with his deduction skills? No, it's not possible. This guy would be eaten by a D-rank monster at any moment, let alone knowing the whole way. But Cirrus tells them that they were almost at the boss's room. The captain draws his sword saying, if we get to the boss's room, you won't have to be alive anymore. I don't know if it was luck, but yours ended here. The captain notices that on top of Cirrus, there's a pillar, so he activates an aura on the sword, sends a slash up there to hit right on our little guy's head. While it falls, he's thinking, it's just an F-class guy who died to a completely normal dungeon mechanism. But something suddenly appears from there. Cirrus tries to protect himself while everything explodes. Something hits the captain in the chest. A big creature that was inside the pillar faces everyone, while Cirrus ended up on the other side, separated from the group. The captain in shock. If he hadn't blocked it, he would have been dead. Our guy puts his hands on the stone thinking, damn, I'm stuck here. Then he heard a feminine voice saying, I'm a human being here. Oh, here comes another cruel monster girl for sure. The girl tells him that he's disgusting, making me remember the time that I confessed to my crush. And Jesus, this monster girl ain't Alaska but have some big white mountains. Then we see the fight with the teammates against the rock creature that is already releasing a big shout with an evil purple aura. It's a B-rank scorpion puppet. Everyone is trying to keep the formation because this creature is way too powerful for this low-level team. While Bella finds strange that the sword she received is too heavy. Tyr, the blonde guy, orders the defense group to prepare. They grab their shields. Then he calls the archers. The guys are at least organized. A rain of arrows is sent against the monster. Lightning is showering over it, but I don't think it's causing anything to the creature. That just hits the air with a blow that ripped everything off and even sent the arrows back. Tyr is in shock. All the arrows were stopped just with the wind of his blow. Not to mention they didn't even scratch it. The captain, who loves to order a lot and do nothing, says, "What are you standing here for? Go up now. There's no need to be afraid of just one monster." We're back with Cirrus, who's thinking, what was that voice? He sees a little glint in the darkness, and suddenly something attacks him. He dodges it just in time to soon realize it was the tail of some creature that has already jumped on him. He moves aside and gets in the perfect position to punch the creature. Take this one with 3,190 power. Piercing the creature. It seems that all the hard work that he did with the last demon girl was pretty effective. The creature was evaporated, and the voice says, "You destroyed my creature with one punch." But Cirrus is thinking that the elixir to remove this poison from his body is right in the room ahead. He can't waste his time with these meaningless fights. That's when the B-rank female Sata shows up, saying she doesn't mind that he destroyed it because she doesn't want anything touched by a human hand. She was going to use that creature to rip his head off, but now she's gonna take care of that job herself. He sees that is another female monster and tells her, "My head won't come off so easily just with your hands, you're gonna have to use everything you have." But she tells him she won't touch his disgusting body with her hands. That would make her dirty. Then we see that she's controlling the monster on the other side with some lines. She says she'll deal with him first and then finish off the people outside, already lifting her foot there. Wow, the guy's already bleeding from the nose and all she did was lift her legs. Maybe she found Cirrus' weak point. But there he comes with his speech, saying that protecting humanity is his duty. He's gonna stay here. He's gonna fight even if she tortures him. The system is starting to activate. She rushes to give him a kick, but surprises him by grabbing his neck with her thighs, throwing him to the ground. Cirrus couldn't even react. The system finally locks on her, giving that little aura around that we know that is going to create some confusion in her mind. She's glaring at him from above. She's saying that he underestimates her abilities. The agitation is already at 16%. On the other side, her creature is getting shy and reddish. Tyr, seeing that, thinks his attacks are taking effect. Then Satyr touches Cirrus' face with her lethal weapon, saying he's a human who got this far but now is going to be treated like a dog, torturing his face in a way that could rival some of the cruelest people in this world. She flicks on him very hard, saying she hates it when humans enter her room. Cirrus is thinking that she's too strong, he can't allow this to happen, but now he is powerless against such strength, he needs to finish her off now. Looking at her foot, he gets ready to attack it, and then goes for a lethal blow. Satyr is confused. She asks what he's doing with her foot. He's crazy, but it's already plus 220 agility for our guy. Back on the other side of the fight, the knight was thrown to the ground, and the monster still red-faced. Bella's noticing there was no movement on Cirrus' side. She just hopes that he isn't unconscious. She needs to get him out from under those rocks. Tyr tells her to wait, but she thinks that she really needs to save Cirrus. She rushed, but the creature went to hit her back. She stopped there in a beautiful movement, and when she was about to get hit, Tyr defended. Seeing the rocks, she thinks Cirrus is a guy that never gives up. I'm sure he's okay. Back to the other side, I think the cave is wet because Satyr's foot is wet and slippery. She says this water is disgusting, but our boy gained 340 agility. He almost lost his breath, but finally he freed himself. She's angry, saying she can't believe he dirted her foot like that. Cirrus sees in the system that he can't use his only skill because he doesn't have a weapon to make a cut. If he knew, he would have brought even that broken sword, but since that's the case, he can only use his punch and he's already going for it. But Satyr easily dodges, giving him a nasty look. Now he really took a kick in the face. But you know what he did when he took that hit, right? The legendary popsicle hit. He was thrown far, but he gave her 54% agitation. Satyr started to whisper with herself, wondering what she's thinking. What's going on? She activates her line on the ground. She needs to kill this guy quickly. Pulls the line to one side, sends it towards Cirrus. He stares at it, then sidesteps and dodges. After all that intense battle with her, he has enough status to dodge and predict some of her movements. He raises his hand, focusing his mana, and cuts the tail in half. But there's something coming at his face. He took another hit, falling to the ground again. Satyr really likes this move. She says he was caught again this time, and he won't escape. He'll be suffocated by her strong hip flexors and hamstrings. But Cirrus is tired of this. He raises his hand, saying that he's going to show her the power he has in his grip, and then practices his forearm strength with all his might. But suddenly she hits him with a kick. Now she's really stepping hard. She's angry, saying that he should not use his nasty hand to touch her leg. She used the scorpion's tail he broke to lock him in the floor. Now he's screwed. He knows that even stealing status, she's too strong, too much for our boy. She says it's time to crush his head with. Cirrus is gaining stamina, perception, he's gaining magic. While Satyr finds strange, why is it so interesting to walk over him? She says she wants to walk all over his physique. Agitation is at 66%. She activates the lines there on her monster that's also going crazy, already with its legs a little wobbly there. The guy that saw that we're thinking, he's already losing his balance. We're about to win. While Satyr comes with another aggressive blow, stepping on him. Look at the angry face she makes while crushing this poor guy. Belle's still running. Go girl, one day you will arrive, I believe in you. But suddenly the scorpion's tail is coming in front of her. She defended, but it was a hard impact. Tyr sees she was thrown far, and the captain there hasn't done anything but poop so far. Cirrus is telling Satyr to wait, but she has no mercy. She doesn't stop. The pain is intense and the trauma is irreversible. The scorpion's tail this time is heading towards the captain, but he defends, sending the attack to the side that breaks the stone. Seeing that from the captain knew that if he hadn't defended it would have pierced him. In the poor boy's side, agitation is at 95 this time, and the monster is coming for the captain. He wasn't prepared to defend himself, but too late cause there's nothing he can do. The captain defends himself and sees that the creature hesitated in front of him, and takes the opportunity to use his ability. The tiger that runs through the body. A bunch of cuts were done, and he sends the monster back. The group is impressed, while the captain is so strong. My god, one blow and he pushed it back. Meanwhile, the cruelty continues. Man, this is turning into actual torture. Even though before it was fun and games and toes. The captain is approaching, saying he's going to end it, just watch. While Satyr is confused with why she's going crazy. Why is she doing this to this human? She says she needs to calm down. There's something wrong. Her body is heating and her thoughts are getting wild. Cirrus, on the other hand, is saying it's really hard to win over her. She has flexible legs, and moreover he can't find a place to escape. If it continues like this his body won't hold up. So he needs to go for a Saotama level attack. He opens his mouth as if he was about to eat a hamburger after starving for 100 days and goes for a crushing sequence of chewing. What he did not expect was that she would push her cruelty even deeper, telling him that he was saying too much and should just be stuffed in silence, saying, "I don't want to hear that disgusting voice of yours, shut up." That was the moment that Cirrus reached Ultra Extinct, with 160 vitality, plus concentration, plus stamina. The captain is in his fight with the terrible creature. Here we are again. While the poor creature agonizes because of all quote-unquote pain, he defends the blow. He's feeling himself. Everybody says wow, it's the classic captain's move. The big one fell to the ground, while she lifts her foot after a precise blow to our kid. Around the creature everybody's celebrating there. While our boy is gaining another 3000 defense, plus 4000 agility. She's torturing the poor kid, 3200 perception. The captain is confident. I'm very strong. Satyr was enjoying every second when she heard a voice in her mind. Satyr, why are so noisy out there? It's the lords and boss from this place. She backs off from Cirrus. Not even his power made her stay. She's confused and scared. Even for a moment, she forgot the lord's orders. She needs to kill this human quickly. She clenches her fist. I'm going to fix my mistakes. But Satyr gained 10,000 attack power and asked her, are you sure you want to continue this fight? She's confused. His aura looks like the boss aura, the owner of this dungeon, under such terrible pressure. Look how big he is in front of her. Right now she has no chance after all that intense exhaustive fight. So she ran away scared. Cirrus didn't do anything, just got cruelly stepped on and let her go. When he saw her running away, the thought, am I going to chase her or just forget about it? My goal here is the blood of the demon god. It's not worth spending physical energy on her. Everybody around the captain is praising him. Wow, you're the bravest, invincible. While Bella is running over to the pile of stones, she's going to dig when boom, look who's here, Cirrus. She asks, are you okay? Are you hurt? But he tells her that he's fine, relax. She grabs his arm. No, I need to take a look, let me see. He tells her again that he's fine, she can chill now. Tyr from far away didn't like that Bella was so worried with Cirrus. Captain raised his arm and gave a speech. Everyone listen, we're going to defeat the boss cause I'll show my strength to you all. Right now the captain's confidence is sky high, saying he's sure that this dungeon is not even D level. If he can win this, he'll be promoted and make a lot of money. Satyr is talking to the boss. Lord, there's a very strong human outside. Strangely, when he arrived, he seemed weak, but his power increased to an unimaginable size. Please be careful. The boss tells her, Satyr, what are my orders? She answered saying, I have to look at the door and not let anyone in. Then he tells her, so what are you doing here? She got lost in her fears, saying that she was stabbed, and then he blew up in power, and she ran without thinking. But the boss tells her that she will be dragged away, saying that he doesn't want to hear any excuses from her. He gave her a slap and sent her flying. She fell in a pile of bodies. She's thinking that she doesn't want to die like that. Will she help our buddy? The Lord is making an offering to a demon there, saying it's finally almost ready. Thousands of humans were used as fuel, and now the demon's blood is finally starting to boil. At that time the door explodes. Is it him? The captain. Lord looks back, asking who dares to enter his room. The captain says, I came to bring fear to your heart, and he's confident. The system shows that in the cauldron is something that can release Cirrus poison. The demon looks at the captain and asks, is this the powerful human Satyr spoke of? Cirrus is only thinking about how he can get that elixir for his curse. The captain and the guys are all cheering, go captain, show him the strength of humans. Cirrus recognizes what's in the middle there. It must be the so-called blood of the demon. The boss made the pentagram, then just raised a finger and attacked the captain, a strong aura that consumed his armor. He was thrown far away. Everyone turned in shock, and he hit the wall. The soldiers were worried. Hey captain, are you okay? While the demon asks, is this the most powerful human Satyr was talking about? She really was a waste. The captain is there, finished and thinking, one blow and I was destroyed. It was lucky that I'm wearing this Dragon S rank armor my brother gave me. Otherwise, I would have died. The guys there come to help him up. Captain, your armor broke? But the captain is confused. What's up with this dungeon? Why are the forces of these beasts so different? It doesn't make sense for me to try to beat this guy. I'm gonna have to use my team to weaken this monster's strength, and then, when he's weakened, I'll act. That's the best course of action. He raises his sword, shouting, everyone follows my lead. Let's go for it. Everyone uses your special abilities. But Tyr says, Captain, If everyone just goes without a plan, we'll suffer many casualties. It's better to use the strategy with the front shield, the captain shouts at him. Are you questioning my judgment? Are you going to disobey my orders? Tyr says that this is not the case. Captain tells him to shut up already. He turns to everyone. Everyone grab your weapons and fearlessly go for it. Everyone rushes toward the boss and the devil says, You bunch of ants, it doesn't matter if you're alive or dead. Your flesh and blood are not even fit for an offering. Everyone's going for it thinking that they have a chance. Now is the time to show him the difference between monsters and humans. But suddenly a laser came and wiped out everyone in a second. Cirrus saved the day, but the rest got toasted. The captain dodges to the side just in time, but his sword is done already. The boss goes in his direction, floating. You now feel fear. The captain understood that he couldn't win. He needs to find a way out. Tyr was seeing the arms of his buddies all burned. The captain runs away, screaming, Follow my orders, retreat! But Cirrus grabbed him. The captain shouted, You bastard, let go of me. Sirius tells him, You said you were the strongest in this group. The battle with the boss isn't over yet, so you're not leaving. The captain swings his arm trying to get away. I'll do whatever I want. I'm the captain. If you want to die so badly, stay here alone. The devil raises his finger. You invaded my home and now you want to flee? The captain, in shock, look behind you, Cirrus. He's gonna attack with that power. Let me go. The captain don't understand how he can't release himself from that trash F-rank grip. Everyone's running away. I told you to let go already. He's coming to give him a blow. He's sure he's gonna win. But Cirrus just holds onto his fist and almost breaks his hands. Then Cirrus tells him, You have to keep your word. If you're the strongest, protect your group, and throws him. He went face to face with the devil attack. An explosion occurred. Everyone's was running away, and the captain's body fell on the ground. Our protagonist says, Now it's my turn, pulling out his broken sword. The juicy Bella says she wants to stay to help Cirrus. Tyr also says he won't run away, but she looks at him and says, You don't need to stay. I'll do it because of Sirius. Tyr says he knows, but he's the only rank B here. He's gonna destroy these creatures and he's not gonna run away. Devil warns everyone, even after seeing my power you are trying to escape? Don't underestimate me. But in 1 second Cirrus was about to cut his arm. He used that insta-kill ability of his. The demon dodged by a small fraction, but Cirrus took the opportunity to ran towards the ritual, scared by our guy's speed, who already ran off. The boss was confused with why is he running to the altar. Cirrus was really close to obtaining what he has been desiring for such a long time. While Tyr and Bella took the opportunity to strike the boss back. Tyr thought to himself, that's the opportunity. But in the blink of an eye the demon stopped both attacks with his bare hands. Then he aimed at Cirrus saying, This bastard is fast like a cockroach, but I'm going to end this. But Bella told the boss that she would not let him attack Cirrus. With beautiful cut and angle she trusted her sword with Tyr, making the boss lose his balance and barely missing the attack on Cirrus. He used the explosion shockwave to launch himself to the altar. He was almost there. His antidote was a 1 finger of distance when he was stopped. The altar was protected by a magic array that sent him flying to the other side of the room. The boss told him that he created the magic array and as long as he was breathing it would be impossible to break it. Cirrus told, Makes sense. Just taking the elixir would be too easy. We need to kill you to proceed. That's when he noticed a leg by his side and went to see who it was. While Tyr and Bella were being beaten by the boss. That was saying that they were arrogant just by having the courage to attack him. Tyr and Bella fell to the ground while Cirrus was thinking, What is the female monster that I let escape? How did she end up like this? Satyr was a bit red, trembling and big, telling Cirrus to be quiet so no one knew they were there. At the moment Nazir the boss was saying that his ritual needed a calm place so he needs to finish them. It's time for their death. From far Cirrus saw everything and was scared that Bella was in danger. He gave a mushroom to Satyr and went rushing to help his friends. Satyr saw the healing mushroom and began to cry. The system told to Cirrus, the female monster Satyr is developing affection towards. You completed the weapon requirements. Please choose one. Cirrus was surrounded by cards while Tyr and Bella were about to die. Cirrus shouted to the system to skip that. He needs to save his friends. But the system insisted he need to choose one right now. He picks up a random card getting a golden and red blade, the exploding garment divine sword. He rushes behind the boss telling him test his new blade. But once more Nazir grabs it with bare hands and tells him, You fell for it. They were just bait. My target was you human cockroach and now at such a close distance. Cirrus shouted, slicing Nazir's hands once more, but he could only leave a small scratch. Nazir laughed at his face, but suddenly all of his clothes exploded, revealing a Jewishish voluptuous curvaceous body that I know that no one expected to be a XX chromosome holder. Nazir got shy asking where the hell her clothes went. While Bella and Tyr were asking themselves the same thing, this Cirrus stripped the boss? With an indomitable expression and a nose bleeding, Cirrus said that this monster was truly powerful. The sword that he got from the system has two effects. On the first strike it explode enemies' clothes, but on the second one it activates the ultimate move, the Divine Sword Descent. Nazir was trying to cover up herself, saying that she never expected such a despicable move and that now she's really going to kill him. But without hesitation, Cirrus tried to attack her that skillfully dodged. Staring at her, Cirrus thought, my first attack exploded her top. Now I need to hit once more to vanish her underneath the robe. Then I just need to knock off her face mask and I will be able to trigger the ultimate move that is going to kill her. All he needs to do is use his unique flash/cut, but the system tells him that he can only use that 6 more times. Cirrus tells the system that the only skill he has is an absolute trash. The system asks if he wants to turn it up, but he just says no, and teleports, aiming at Nazir's legs. Once more with a swift jump she dodged. In the air she was thinking about why he's aiming at her legs. He is not trying to destroy her lower robe, right? Poor Nazir. No hesitation, Cirrus goes for another slash. She calls him a filthy bastard and steps on his chest, sending him far away. He was able to stop himself with the sword, but his nose was broken. But for him that pain was much lesser than the cursed pain. So he rushes her once more. The skills has a 10-second cooldown, so he dodges some of Nazir's attacks while decreasing the distance between them. When the 10 seconds were up, he used once more the swift body slash aimed at the legs, saying, let's see how you can dodge from something so close. He felt that his sword went through something and knew that he had landed a hit. But when he looked up, Nazir was standing on her tail, telling him that if it was not for the fear of showing the mountains she would have already killed him. Using a laser attack that Cirrus narrowly dodged, she kept striking while he was trying to gain time to use his swift attack again. But at some point he got cornered and had to deflect the attack head on. The explosions and shockwaves were extremely strong. Tyr couldn't believe what he was seeing. How could a F rank do that? Even he, who is a B rank, can't do anything. After the dust settling, Cirrus was impressed with his sword. They told to Nazir that now her attacks would be useless against him. Nazir told him that this was true. Was hard for her to kill him, but was easy to kill her friend. Already sending a fire strike in her direction. At that second, Cirrus used his swift slash to cut Nazir's nails. While he instantly went to Bella's direction, Nazir shot one more time in Cirrus' back, thinking that he was dumbing from turning back on her. But in the middle of the way he turned and faced the attack head on again. Bella was there sitting in a very comfy and relaxing position. Just the shockwave was enough to break her armor, exposing you know what. Cirrus' strength that was exposed and became clear to everyone. Even Nazir was losing her patience with how hard it was to kill that boy. But that's when she notices that the ritual was in need of more firewood to keep going, or she would lose her 100 years of work. But Bella suddenly was feeling strange, saying her body was feeling hot, and I'm also feeling some extra warmth. Damn Bella. She lost her ability to control herself and enveloped her hands around Cirrus' head. Panting in need of some more oxygen, she pulls Cirrus closer while from behind Tyr was shocked. We see she opening her mouth and the point of a cup that is about to be swallowed, slowly getting closer. But Cirrus remembers the first he saw her, when she looked like a Luke Smaxter with a mewing jawline. He jumps back, saying that he doesn't want to do that while Tyr asks what she's doing. Bella regained her consciousness, asking herself why I was trying to kiss Cirrus. Even my tongue was up my mouth and I didn't notice. Even worse, we are in the middle of a battle. She was shy and embarrassed, trying to hide herself, while Tyr was asking if she was poisoned because she was red and panting, and also she's not the type of girl that acts this way. At that moment, Nazir opened her arms to bring some meat of the monsters to use as fuel for the ritual. Cirrus noticed that she was burning all of the blood of the demon god. He knew that he needed to stop that quickly. He had a plan. He would utilize all of his power in an explosive attack, but for that he needed Bella. He went to her and said, I've figured out a way to defeat the boss now, but I need your cooperation. She was shy and Tyr knew that something bad was coming. Bold and courageous as a soldier that fights for the good of all humanity, Cirrus told her that they need to connect their USB ports so he can charge his power to defeat the boss. While she was listening to Cirrus explaining every single detail of the plan, she was getting more and more happy. while Tyr couldn't understand how Cirrus could explain that plan with such a straight face. She was already on her side while Cirrus was trying to comfort her, saying, "I know it must be difficult for you, but I beg you." Her agitation value went up to 93%. But suddenly Tyr grabbed Cirrus' hand, telling him to stop thinking about those things in the middle of the battle. He looked at Bella and said, "Don't trust him." With a happy face she told to Cirrus that she trusted his words. Tyr was shocked. While Bella was saying that she knew that would be embarrassed, but only to kill the boss she would accept. It is incredible the determination of this duo, really going through thick and thin to save their species. She grabbed Cirrus' head once more. All could remember was the younger and goblin Bella. While Cirrus was going crazy, the poor Tyr took a critical hit. As some sort of memory reflex, Cirrus pushed Bella away that now was in the floor confused. Suddenly Cirrus gained 5,000 stats because he made Tyr suffer. Our boy literally gets much stronger when he makes a guy a cuck. Through a beautiful angle we see Cirrus telling Bella that her help wasn't needed anymore. He was feeling stronger. But she didn't want him to go, so she asked what if he still couldn't defeat the boss. With her crossed legs and 99% agitation she asked once more, "Don't you really need my help?" Cirrus bluntly told her, "No." He went running while Bella was suffering on the floor with the rejection. While Tyr defeated was aching her, "Bella, I know the Cirrus is stronger than me and that's why you have a crush on him, but I want to ask." But before we see the answer we see Cirrus going for Nazir. His plan is to hit leg and head at the same time and then finish everything in an instant. With 5,000 extra points, all he needs is find an opening. Nazir was looking at her cauldron, noticing that it was too cold. She needed for fuel. Maybe those humans would do. She started to fly and told Siri to be grateful because all of them would become sacrifices. She let her rounded mountains take fell some windy while conjuring her most powerful spell. The only thing Cirrus thought is really big. The attack went head on and Cirrus tried to block it, but his magic power used to resist was rapidly going down. After just a second he was depleted. Nazir told him that the battle was over, but that's when a beautiful hand surrounded his face. Turning his head he saw a blonde goddess, telling him that she knew that he needed her big helpers. Without hesitation Cirrus became an alpinist and started to enjoy the mountains. But unfortunately for Tyr, his heart was broken. Bella knew that Tyr liked her, but she already had told him that she has had someone in her heart since childhood, and that never changed. While Cirrus was climbing to new heights literally in all senses, his powers were surging and his stats increased by 27,500. His aura was destroying the whole room. Nazir couldn't believe what she was seeing. He should have no way to fight back now. But there he was, with his golden aura bursting. But even in that moment Nazir was feeling confident. She told him that no matter how much he increases his power, he was just a simple human being. She was about to say that he was nothing but an ant when he vanished in front of her. In a second a vertical cut went through her entire body. That was the strengthened swift body slash that broke Nazir's mask. And now Cirrus' final move, the Holy Sword Descent, had been unlocked. Nazir was screaming to the heavens. How did he dare to hurt her face? She used all her powers to create a gigantic sun over her head with all her power infused. But Cirrus was relentless. When she used her attack he used his sword descent. An enormous golden sword struck right above Nazir. The shockwave destroyed everything around, and when the dust settled the only thing left was Nazir's body in the same way that she came to this world. His divine attack was in cooldown for 20s and he ran for the demon blood, but the magic array wasn't destroyed. From the floor Nazir told him, "I will never allow filthy humans to touch the demon god holy blood." Cirrus was waiting for the cooldown and told her, "I will take care of you in 9 seconds. That's when he looked back and saw Bella and Tyr dropped on the floor. Nazir stood up screaming that it was about time to see the superior race. Monster or humans? But Cirrus just ran to grab his friends. He was more worried to save them. While Nazir fell to the ground thinking that humans are truly foolish. Cirrus was shouting to the system to find the shortest route out of there. But a creature was observing them from the side and appeared in front of him. Bella saw how much Cirrus was fighting for her. She remembered that in their childhood everyone would make fun of her, but it was Cirrus that always would stand up and punch anyone who tried to bully her. Cirrus used once more his swift body slash to cut the monster, while Bella's mind was being filled with all the kindness that Cirrus had shown her. But that's when Nazir made a critical move. She used herself as a sacrifice to the demon king's blood. A dragon used a fire breath attack on Cirrus, but he skillfully dodged and finished off another creature. While Nazir was being burned for the holy demon, then suddenly Cirrus' weapon disappeared and the system told him, "The enemy has been defeated and the weapon has returned to the system. After 12 hours the weapon will be back." Cirrus thought that it didn't matter cause they've just reached the exit of the dungeon. Right at the entrance, the captain, the ones that were able to survive, saw Cirrus coming back. The captain lost his mind and shouted, "Cirrus, how dare you defy my order and attempt to run? You are out of the expedition team and the guild is not going to help you anymore, and now I will execute you." But one instant and Cirrus' foot was in his face. He couldn't care less about the captain, and just kept running with his friends. Back to the dungeon where Satyr was observing what was about to come out of the ritual. From a fountain of blood, two pale hands opened the red curtains. Satyr felt a chilling sensation as if her body was being stabbed by countless needles. The pale creature appeared, with red hair and a femboy body. It was the demon god Azathoth. Satyr tried to escape from the place as quickly as possible, but Azathoth noticed her, and with a flick of his finger destroyed everything in the way, revealing Satyr and making every creature of the whole dungeon fall to the lowest floor. All the monster asked if that was Nazir, but Azathoth just said that Nazir was dead and he needed a new servant now. Instantly a bunch of goblins fell to their knees began to serve him, but Azathoth said ugly and killed everyone. He wanted something beautiful at his side, so he went to Satyr and told her that she looked good and asked her to raise her head while opening her mouth. Hesitant and with tears in her eyes she did. Azathoth poured some green blood on her mouth. Satyr instantly felt that her body was being healed and happiness was flowing. Azathoth grabbed her by the chin, explaining that his blood could heal and fortify her immune system, but the digestion process caused some overflowing happiness. Then he told Satyr that it was getting dark, she should find a room and wait for him there. Then we see the guild headquarters where the captain is being cursed at for failing such an easy task. The golden arm guy is the S-ranked Aaron, and is his brother. The captain was begging him, "Bro, help me, if I lose my position as captain we gonna lose everything and they will discover that we are stealing from the guild." His brother told him to shut up cause he already knew all of that. Then he asked, "What is the name of the guy that went against your orders?" The captain told him that it was Cirrus. Darren told him that they would put all the blame on Cirrus, and he would be sentenced to death for desertion. Back to Satyr, she was feeling something soft and juicy touching her back. A warm breath made her ears red. When she got up and looked back, she saw a white-haired girl with Pixar mom proportions. Is Azathoth. That explained that in the night she loses her strength and goes back to her original girl form. In that time she needs Satyr to protect her from anyone that tries to cause harm, and she should never think about hurting her cause. With her blood inside Satyr, she can easily dissolve Satyr body. While this was happening, Cirrus was running around searching for where the demon god blood went. He wasn't going to give up even if he had to scour every corner of that place. He had already left Bella and Tyr in the hospital. Azathoth explained that she needed her heart that was within the Heroes Guild. Even though at night she becomes a weak human, when the day comes she's going to retrieve her heart and recover 100% of her powers. That's when Satyr heard something. Someone was approaching. She told Azathoth that she was going to stop whoever was, but Azathoth told her that if she got more than 5 kilometers from her she would be instantly killed. Cirrus was running for a door. He knew that it must be their cause. He had already searched every place, and the system told him that the blood was present in the dungeon. What he wasn't expecting was that Satyr with her skillful foot was about to kick him once more. She went for a vertical overhead attack, but she noticed that it was Cirrus. She stopped saying, "It's you, the disgusting human being again." But strangely, inside the room Azathoth felt immense comfort. That was the reaction that she should have when finding her heart. She was confused. Satyr told Cirrus that Nazir was already dead, so he came back. He should hurry and leave the place. But Cirrus told her that he was happy that recovered herself and could fight again. Maybe the mushrooms that he gave her were helpful? Satyr got shy and red, telling him that wasn't the case at all. Those mushrooms were the most disgusting thing that she has eaten in her whole life, and he should get lost. But her agitation instantly went to 71%. Bounty Cirrus pointed to her, saying that he knew that she had some favorability towards him. Satyr vanished and tried to kick Cirrus' face that was able to dodge. She was trying to step him once more. Out of shy she closed her eyes and kept stomping the poor boy, saying that he was disgusting. But when she opened her eyes he wasn't there. Cirrus was running to Azathoth's room. In front of the door he could feel the presence of the blood of the demon god behind. But before he was able to do anything, Azathoth suddenly opened the door. But he was running fast and wasn't able to stop his body. The only thing that could stop his advancement was a warm snowball. Cirrus retracted while Satyr asked who Azathoth came out of the room. Without hesitation, Azathoth grabbed Cirrus' spheres. While Cirrus was screaming in pain, Azathoth could feel that her heart was inside his future family nest. Cirrus freed himself, asking her what she was doing, but the system told him that she was the blood of the demon god. Cirrus was asking himself, did my antidote become a human? He made a small cut in her hands to drink some demon wine. Azathoth felt something strange, but the system told Cirrus that his curse hadn't been cured. Azathoth was smiling at his face. She knew what he wanted, but at night when she's a human her blood is ineffective. Satyr tried to kick Cirrus, telling him to get off her master. Cirrus went back while Azathoth was thinking, my heart was actually absorbed by a human and was transformed into his essence. I need to regain my power back, even if it's forcibly. I will absorb it back to my body. But unfortunately, after all that fun, she's going to melt Cirrus' body using her power. While Cirrus is thinking that he needs to take other liquids from her to see which one has the correct effect. He tries to go for her when suddenly the floor under him breaks. He dodges the sneak attack, and from the floor another cool friend appeared. She had an arachne body carrying 8 limbs and 3 balloons. With a happy face she said that she could felt Azathoth's power from thousands of miles, and she was even carrying the bell she was bestowed upon long ago. She is the boss Ghana. She runs towards Azathoth, saying that she had already proven her love and now is time for her to devour Azathoth. Azathoth, as a weak human, just waited. She couldn't do anything, but suddenly Cirrus grabbed her, evading Ghana's attack, and jumped out of a hole in the wall. He was confused with why a boss-rank monster appeared so suddenly, but his priority is to save his drinks that were inside Azathoth. But Ghana of course went to follow them. After some time, Siri put Azathoth on the floor, saying that he was finally able to lose that monster. Azathoth asked him where he had brought her. He told her that she was inside the Heroes Guild zone, in his home. Azathoth was happy upon hearing that. Now she can recover her heart and go right into a killing spree. So she grabbed Cirrus' neck, pulling him closer and saying, dear hero, I've been cursed by a terrifying monster. If I don't find a man to release myself, I will soon die. So please help me. I need you to save me right now. With blood in his nose, Cirrus told her, I'm a noble and upright hero. I will leave a like in this video cause we ran out of chapters, and turn on the bell cause when this series gets new chapters Mamoru is going to release a second part. Thank you guys for watching here. Hope you have enjoyed it. This one took a good time to do. Have a good day, brothers. Catch you in the next.